of argument, say this is your first adult performance. I would say the number one thing that you want to worry about, you don't want to worry. The number one thing you want to do is be happy. The best thing that you could do is just be in the joy of the experience, even if it isn't going the way you want it to be going. Try and be as present with the now as possible. And part of that is, let me show you the difference between these two things, right? So this versus, right? There's a huge difference in how the audience is going to receive those things. So the number one thing I would say you will need to focus on now is looking up while you're doing it. Now, I realize that's a huge ask because in our own, in our minds, typically when we're remembering something kinesthetically, we look down. So to train yourself to look up while you're trying to remember how it feels is actually a skill. And then the second half of it is, it's not just looking up, but it's also having a conscious expression on your mouth and trying not to have FlowFace, which is actually a thing. There's it's a term. FlowFace is a term. So yes, it's a thing. Trying to focus on those things will change your experience of the whole thing, I'm sure. I think the 7-layer dip one is in there. If you just look at the diagram, it might be helpful because it talks about how to stylize something. So like, for example, this is the technique. But I could add size, where I'm going bigger, right? I could add movement, where I'm shaking my hips. I can add height, where I go down or I go up, right? Or I could be moving through the dance space while I'm doing it. It's the same move, but it has a different performance impact. And then there's this whole dramatic presence where you can just light up in your face. No, never underestimate, I cannot even tell you how much crowd applause you can get just from this. Like attitude, a good facial expression, and a simple move can really get people going. Don't underestimate what you bring to the table, which is you.